You're
This
able to hear me,
conference
right?
will now be recorded.
Yes, Udit,
Yeah,
we can.
hi.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So I have like 8 years, sorry, 6 years of experience into cybersecurity, and I have worked with a lot of tools, and I work with different companies. So I'm majorly into penetration testing, and you heard about this a lot, like ethical hacking, right? So I'm more into that. Apart from that, I also worked on SOC, and I worked on CyberArk. I worked on you know um, Microsoft Defender tool. So these are all from different domains. So why I'm telling all these is I'm just telling all these because I have expertise on all those areas which is relevant to cybersecurity. So here we are basically concentrating more into cybersecurity, and I just introduce yourself one by one so that I can understand where like where you stand in cybersecurity, or what you are at what level you are into, so that we can, based on that, we can construct the structure the course, and we can work on that, right? Yeah. And Rahul, can you go first?
Yeah, sure. Again, I'm Rahul, and I've graduated from UNT, University of North Texas,
Hmm.
and so I have a basic knowledge of like Java and Python, so that I could just able to, and just the basics of cybersecurity. I was like more into the data side, so now I'm just shifting back for the cybersecurity, and so that I'm just pretty much new, but I can just easily pick up with those cybersecurity things.
Okay.
So yeah, uh,
S-
I think
So
that's
you, as you said, you have basic idea on cybersecurity, right? So have
yes.
you worked on anything, or you just seen some videos or like that?
I have worked on. I haven't worked on anything, so I have
Hmm.
like basic ideas, like what are all the network securities, and the what are the application securities and the data encryptions, of how
Okay.
these works, and these are the things that I'm just looking.
Okay.
I
Okay.
like I like know the technical terms, like how to
Hmm.
say, those are the things, but not the practical stuff that we are being working on.
Okay.
Those are the basics. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, Rahul.
Thank
Good
you.
to hear that. And Anita?
Hello, sir. My name is Anita. I graduated from Campusville University. So I in cybersecurity, this is my, I mean, like, new to this field.
Okay.
So I'm the beginner.
Okay. So you have any previous experience?
No, sir.
Okay. 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 Yeah, that's fine. And
Thank
Sri Lanka?
Hi all, my name is Srilekha. So basically, I am going to graduate in the coming semester, and also I have no basic knowledge about cybersecurity, but I'm very much interested in learning everything since now. Also, I have basic knowledge in Python coding. No, I mean, more than basic, just about Python language. And I have zero experience of working too.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. And Pranay?
Yeah, Pranay, just for monitoring. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. 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 Sure. Sure. Okay, then I'll just give the basic structure and introduction to cybersecurity. Okay, and then I will explain what we are going to see in the course, and what we are going to test, or what we are going to practice, and what are the techniques we are going to see. We are going to discuss all these things now. So if you have any doubts, you can stop me anytime. Okay, and you can ask the question, and then we can move forward. Okay, let me share my screen. Yeah, able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we can see. Okay.
Okay, okay. So let's start with cybersecurity. So basically, coming to cybersecurity, we have a lot of things in cybersecurity to talk about. Basically, if you see, basically this particular cybersecurity is like an ocean where you can have a lot of domains in cybersecurity itself. Now we are talking about. I'll just give brief some domains in cybersecurity. First one is application security, and network security is one domain, and SOC is one domain, and endpoint is one domain, and DLP, data loss prevention, is one domain. So here, if you see, every particular domain has its different kind of roles, and whatever we are talking in web application security, we won't have much of those concept in DLP, but the concepts will be same, but the work and the task which we do will be different. Okay, so here let's come to this particular session where we are talking about pen testing. Okay, so pen testing is basically, you know, we in pen testing we talk about network security, network testing, and web web application security, and API, and cloud, and mobile. Okay, we have all these domains. Every domain is again different. Okay, so but and also in pen testing, which is basically called ethical hacking. Also, ethical hacking is basically a first step when anyone is trying to come into cybersecurity field. So basically, ethical hacking is something a beginner. It's like a beginner step. Okay, so coming to network security, what we see in network security is basically when we are talking about network, we talk about ports. Okay, so basically we talk about ports, which ports are open, and based on the ports, we'll try to make a communication with the endpoint device. Okay, we'll talk in depth about all these things. Okay, but we start with basics of network. Okay, and why network security is important. And we see some techniques to test the network devices, and we work on some tools for network security testing. Okay, so these are the main concepts which we cover in the network security. So first we start with the basics, and then we see why it is important. Okay, if you see today, every particular, if you see here, without this we cannot even let's take an web application. Okay, whatever we are using today. Okay, if you see, we are connected on GoTo meeting, that it has an web application. It is one of the web application, and it has an you know um, it has an API where it connects. It may have some APIs where it uses to connect with another application, right? So every application basically uh, communicates with the internet, right? So that is the reason why we need to uh, check that particular network is secured or not. Okay, so even if the secure, if let me give you a scenario. Let's say abc.com, it is one of an domain. Let's say consider it as a domain. So it is built very securely. Okay, very secure. Still, if there are some open ports in it, okay, then it can be easily accessed by the outside person. We can call him as attacker. Okay, so this is what happens when network is not secured. Okay, that is the reason why even the web application is secure, even the network is secure. We need to check for the APIs also. Okay, that is why these all are interlinked. Okay, so when we are saying something is secured, we need to check where it is hosted and how it is communicating, and is it using any external APIs. Okay, and other thing I will give you for mobile. Let's say this web go to meeting has a mobile application also, right? Let's say if they have maintained security in everything, but there is a loophole, there is a bug, there is a vulnerability in a mobile application. Okay, making use of this mobile application, they can access all the information related to the this domain, right? So that is the reason when we are talking about one particular domain, one particular web application or one particular application, okay, we need to check every related uh, data or every related application related to that particular domain or company. Okay, so that is what about network security. Coming to web application, so basically in web application we talk about OASP top 10. Okay, we dig in depth in the training sessions, but let me give brief what OASP top 10 is. So it is one of the foundation, okay, which do surveys overall, for every company, or it will do survey for every company in the world, and based out on the attack, scenarios, it will make a list of top 10 vulnerabilities. Okay, so those top 10 vulnerabilities are highly exposed and highly used by the attackers to attack the systems or applications, web applications. So they are like 10 vulnerabilities here, 10 vulnerabilities. We are going to see about those vulnerabilities. We are going to learn about those vulnerabilities, and we are going to see practically how those vulnerabilities are occurring and what are the fix we need to do. So here also important thing is finding security, doing security testing is important, and the main priority is fixing the bugs, or we call it as vulnerabilities, fixing vulnerabilities. Okay, so we also talk about best practices. Okay, these are all main important. Whenever we find a bug, that is fine. Okay, but how we fix that vulnerability, how we patch it, is the key role when we when we are uh, like sharing a report with the client customer. Okay, so this is very important. This is the crucial part, because once the testing is done, will share a report with the customer and will share the outcome, like what is the report we have generated. And in the report also, okay, I'll come to report again. Just remember these point like best practices. And here also, after the vulnerabilities, we basically start with basics here, basics, and then we see why web app security is important. And again, tools and techniques we use. And if you think you have some idea about Kali Linux, this comes as this is one of the flavor of Ubuntu OS, where about 200 hacking tools are hacking tools comes inbuilt. Okay, you don't need to install any tool or anything. So basically, just by installing this particular operating system, we can access more than 200 tools. Okay, so we see how to install this, how to configure this Kali Linux, and we work on a lot of the tools. So coming to tools, here we basically use burp suite. This is one of the important tool when we are talking about pen testing. Okay, and here also we have a lot of tools. We see Nmap. This is a free tool. Along with that, we see Wireshark, and we also see Nessus. This is a commercial tool, but we use free trial here. So a lot of tools are there. These all tools comes inbuilt with Kali Linux. Okay, even burp tool will comes inbuilt here. So any doubts still here?
So we're gonna install the Kali Linux in our systems, right? So
Yes, yes.
yeah,
So we are going to use one virtual machine. Okay.
okay, yeah,
In the virtual machine, we install the Kali Linux.
okay, got it.
And also we can, the same thing, we are going to do everything in the virtual machines. We are not going to touch our base machines. Okay. So we are going to install VMware, and we are going to install Windows operating system and Kali Linux operating system in the VMwares. And then we are going to use our, those are like the testing environments where we, try to practice everything.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. And for that, if you have Windows system, that will be very helpful. If we are using Mac OS, that will be a
Yeah,
bit
that's what I
complicated.
was like concerned about because VMware would be like pretty much hard to work on
Yes.
with Mac OS. So that's what.
Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, for this training, basically, if you have Windows, that will be very helpful for you.
Okay, I'll sort it out. Yeah.
And yeah, coming to tools here again, now we have OASP. OASP, this foundation basically develop tools also. OASP JAP is one wonderful tool which is basically similar to Burtsby. So Burtsby is basically a commercial tool, and we also have the community edition where we can use some limited features of Burtsby. If you go for commercial, we need to pay for it. Okay, so maximum of these features are available in this OASP JAP, but this tool itself looks somewhat complicated. and this is easy to use. And again, coming to all these things, we have two scenarios to test all these domains. Okay, one is manual method. Next is automated. Okay, so in automated, basically we don't need to do anything. Okay, let's say I want to test again for website ABC. What I do is I just open the tool. I'll give abc.com. If it has any credentials, I will provide the credentials. Okay, I'll give the password, and if any limitations, like if I want to search only particular domain. Okay, let me give you an example. If you open any website, okay, any company's website, you can find sublinks, like sublinks in the sense, if you open uh, let's say if you open microsoft.com, let's say for example microsoft.com. Okay, for that, in that page at the end you can find Microsoft related links in Facebook, LinkedIn, right? And any other domain, if it is on Twitter, you can find Twitter link. So what happens is when we are giving a particular domain for test in automated tools, what happens is it will do spidering. Spidering in the sense, whatever the links present in that particular domain, it will test all those domains also. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to give, I just want to download these particular domain name. Okay, then we mention I only want to search for abc.com, not more than that. Okay, if in this domain, let's say there is a facebook.com. Okay, facebook/abc.com, that will be something like that. Sorry, facebook.com abc with the profile name, right? It will be something like that, right? What it will do is basically if we haven't give any limitations, what it will do is it will search for ABC, and it will find facebook.com link in that particular website, and it will start searching for facebook.com also. Okay, this is never ending scan, then it will never ends, because specific Facebook is a huge domain, Microsoft itself is a huge domain, and if there are some number of social media, then it will keep on scanning, right? So that is the reason why we give a limitation. We'll give, I just want to scan only this particular domain. And what happens, it will scan for based upon the web application size, it will scan for certain time, and it will create a report for us. Okay, so majority of work is done here. Let's come to manual method, then we again switch to the automatic automated method. So coming to manual, the client comes with ABC, and he says, I want to test my application. So for testing it manually, as I said before, OWASP top 10 is the main criteria. First, we need to see top 10 attacks. We'll check whether these attacks exist on those application, and then we check for not only those top 10, we have like some 70 major application vulnerabilities. What we need to do is we have a checklist. Basically every company maintains maintains a checklist. So basically what we need to do is we need to open that checklist and we need to select whether we have performed those particular actions or not. Okay, let's say um, cross-site scripting. That is one of, let's go with injection attack. Okay, let's take this as an example. In injection attack, there are multiple uh, attacks. Okay, this is one of the category. Okay, here we have SQL injection, which is basically an uh, we're trying to access the database. Okay, another is cross-site scripting. So I'm just going with short names. Okay, OS injection and command injection. Okay, we have a certain list, so what we do is we open this checklist, we open this domain, and we'll check whether this, but we'll open this injection section and we'll check for injection SQL injection attack whether it is present in the domain or not. Okay, and then we'll mark it as, if we find this particular vulnerability is present in the application, then we'll mark it as present. Okay, first we mark it as tested, and then we'll give the screenshot. Okay, and then we do the POC, proof of concept, and then we'll enter this into the report. Okay, so these are all we need to follow while we are performing manual task. Okay, so if you see here, these all things, whatever we are performing manually, these all things are automated by the tool, and it will directly give us the report. Okay, so if you see, once this report is generated, this is as we created this report, we have some, we have the POCs of all the vulnerabilities which we have included on the report, right? So that is why we can easily share this with the client and explain them. So basically, when we are coming to a tool, okay, it may give false positive results also. So what we need to do is we need to review the report, and we need to manually test some of them. Okay, and then what we do is we conclude. How we conclude is basically we uh, bring all the manual. Basically it is a combination of manual and automated report, where we enter all the manual vulnerabilities which we have figured out. We'll make a report, and then we'll check again. Once we review the report, once we cross check the report which the tool has given, then we'll bring those vulnerabilities list, and we'll uh, enter it into the final report, and then we'll share this with the final report with the client. Okay, this is what the process we follow. Okay, so the main task here is performing manual uh, pen testing. Okay,
So, is there any specific automation tools that are currently in use, or uh, each and every automation are like separately built by someone?
so basically, yeah, there are some tools in the market. Okay, as we see, Burpsby itself has an automated tool in the commercial one. Okay, just by giving the URL there, it will scan for the website and it will give the report. And
Okay.
there is another tool called Equinetics. Okay,
Mhm.
that is one of the tool which is basically a very popular tool for automated scan. Okay,
Okay.
in the similar way, for network security, for automation, we have this tool Nessus, where I mentioned it. Okay, somewhere I mentioned it.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Yeah. So this is an automated tool. This will perform the task, just by giving the IP address, it will do everything for us.
All
Okay,
right.
we just need to specify what we need on the tool, and then it will do everything for us. And once the report is generated, we can simply share it with the customer.
Customer. Thank you.
Yeah. So coming to again, okay, we have covered these two, uh, and API. Coming to API, we basically use Postman tool for API. So API is very similar to web application testing, which we do. Okay, very similar. Okay, so the main thing here is we'll try developers. We request the developers to share the JSON file which has every response and request. Okay, just we export those request and response onto the Postman tool, and we'll just check you know what request the user is doing and how the server is responding. Okay, so very similar to the manual method. Okay, here we use Postman, as well as we use burp also. Burp, even we can use OASP, we can use all these tools. Okay, so this is one side of cyber security. So this all comes under penetration testing. Okay, so penetration testing is one domain where we test the applications and find out the vulnerabilities, and we share those vulnerability list with the developers. And what developers will do, developers will fix those vulnerabilities and say uh, that they have fixed the vulnerabilities, and we'll retest the application and see uh, uh, whether those vulnerabilities are fixed or not. Okay, so here in this scenario, there will be another challenge is when developer is trying to fix one vulnerability, it may lead to it may open doors for another vulnerability. Okay, that is the reason why we check the entire application again once the fix is done. Okay, so this is what uh, we cover in cybersecurity in this particular course. Okay, any questions?
No, we good. Good from my side.
Okay, so basically it may when you heard about all these things, it may be like there are a lot of things, there are a lot of things to learn, but it is very simple. Just by understanding the concept, we can easily find the vulnerabilities. you know Not just one procedure. Okay, let me give you a scenario here. Let's say if a developer want to develop one application, okay, what he do is he can use the previous code, and he can modify those things, and he can do right in the similar way. There is no one similar method we follow to test the application. Okay, if one scenario is failing, we try to think about the situation, and we try to use another scenario. That is the reason why concept is more important here, not the testing process. Testing is that can be done easily. Okay, if you know the concept, like let's say cross-site scripting is one of the attack. Basically, let me give you an example of this particular, um, or else let's talk about phishing. Okay, you know about phishing? Basically, phishing is something. Um,
Like just for a bait click or something. Like keeping a bait.
uh, let's talk about general phishing. What we do in general phishing, fisherman will go to the sea or ocean, and he will just throw the net, and some fishes will trap into that net, and he'll pull them all back, right? In the similar way, what phishing is, you know in phishing, what attacker do is he'll just try to replicate one particular website. Okay, let's take this as an example. He will take one um, bank website. He'll fish it, phishing in the sense he will replicate exact same to same. He will replicate every single alphabet in that website, and he will host in this similar kind of domain just by changing the name. ACD is one name, let's say. He'll do a ADC, something like that, just by changing a word or just by changing a character. His domain will change, right? He'll just change it, or .com. He'll try to put one dot com. You'll just add some domain, just make a similar unnoticeable changes to the domain name, and he'll host that particular website in the that particular domain, and he will share it to the emails. Nowadays everyone's email is exposed, right? So whenever you see, you never visited some particular website, but you will receive uh, emails from those websites, right? So why how it is happening is basically majority of the emails are exposed, where when we share it on one domain, one website, they will share those emails with, it may happen, right? Or your emails may be exposed, right? So data leakage is happening, when we, even a lot of companies are falling into the trap, right? So small companies, it is very difficult to maintain the data securely. So that is the reason we receive a lot of emails, even we haven't heard about it, right? So what the attacker do is, he will register that particular domain, and he will take the email, and he will just share it to all the emails randomly. What happens, it will be exact, you know uh, it will be exactly same as an original one, and user may think like, user may receive mails like this from the attacker, saying that uh, your bank account is being accessed by someone, please try to change the password. And that is how he uh, make an script, and he will share the email with you. When users, what happens is, when they see these kind of emails, we don't basically check for the domain names. Okay, when someone is trying to access our email, we'll just, what we do, we'll just click on the link, and we try to change the password, or we try to you know uh, do something, right? So when we try to change the password, what happens is, basically attacker will know what is your, he'll ask you, okay, whenever you are trying to change the password, it will ask for the existing password, right? It will ask for existing password and the new password. So where you are giving these details is a fake website. Okay, all these details will be shared with the hacker, and what hacker will do, he will try to access that particular link, original link. He will try to access the original link, and he will give the username and password. You'll try to log in as you, right? So this is what phishing is basically. Okay, these are all things happening in the real time, and I'll show the real time phishing websites also, so that you will get an idea. So these things all are happening. So we need to think a scenario, because he don't even need to share it on emails. He can share it on Facebook pages. If someone shares something on internet today, it will be reaching to lot of people. you know if you are seeing a lot of forward messages on WhatsApp, right? That is how it passes. So once it passes, a lot of people will get trapped. Okay, some may have an idea, and so they will report those emails. But some people, if they don't have any idea about these attacks, they will get trapped, right? So these are the things happening in the real world. So that is the reason, if someone has an experience into the IT, no, the companies will send phishing emails to you to check whether you are, checking the mails correctly or not, right? If anyone has experience, they can share. Otherwise, basically companies itself, they will create an phishing email and share it with the employees to see, to check whether employees are able to find it out or not. Okay, those things will also happen. Yeah. So that's all from my side. If you have any questions, you can ask me. So anything related to, not only related to the training part, anything related to cybersecurity.
So, so is there any way that we could download VMware to like for the Mac? Because I was like searching I couldn't able to find the VMware for the Mac actually.
Yeah. Um, Let me check whether we have any other alternative. Even we have. Let me check with this ones.
Because in future for the practice sessions, that would be comfortable for. That's the reason.
Yes, 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 yes.
And apart from it, is there only 10 vulnerability? How do you say like vulnerability?
Vulnerabilities.
Okay,
Vulnerabilities.
10 slips on it. So yeah, apart from it, like, is there any more or just the 10?
So basically, these are all, highly exposed vulnerable, exposed in the sense highly used vulnerabilities by the attacker. Okay,
Okay.
there are lot of vulnerabilities present in the, where we try to see all those vulnerabilities. We are going to perform all those vulnerabilities, but these are all top 10. We'll make a list, right? Priorities.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
on those priorities, if a client say, I want to test the application in one day, okay,
Mhm.
what we do is we'll try to check these 10 vulnerabilities and we'll say,
The priority
okay, for
ones.
now these 10 are these 10 vulnerabilities are not available, not on, not you can't see these 10 vulnerabilities on the web application. You can post it now. Once it is posted, we'll try, we will slowly we'll test the environment again with all the remaining vulnerabilities.
All right. Uh-huh.
And also these 10 vulnerabilities, for every 4 years, this OAS will, based out on the survey, these 10 will changes.
Okay.
These
Okay.
10 vulnerabilities will keep on changing,
Change.
but majority of them remain same, but
Yep.
one, two vulnerabilities keep changing.
Change. Okay.
So this will be like first question when we are going for an interview, you know,
Okay. What are the
what
10?
are vulnerability, OAS top 10 vulnerabilities.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, I'll check for alternative whether we have anything for Mac OS. I'm not
Okay.
sure for Mac, but yeah, I will check.
Yeah. Yep. For sure.
Yeah. Anything else for anyone? So first of all, did you get what I said?
Yeah, I do. And
Okay.
others. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, then I consider it as no doubts. So yeah. So Prakash,
Like there are no doubts, but the terminology is a bit new,
yes,
but
yes.
I think we'll keep working on that. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. So basically, in every day we, when we are into training or when you are practicing, you will be seeing all these terminologies. These basically are very important when we are into cybersecurity. When we are talking to someone, these uh, names are very much important. When we are sharing something with the client, those plays an very important role. Yeah. You'll get used to that. That won't be an issue. And yeah,
Yeah, sure, sure.
yeah. And yeah, thank you for your time. Thank you for joining the session. And Prakash, do you have anything to share? Okay. I think then we are good. Yeah. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, Sudeep,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
everyone. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.